Now, when we come out to expose the situation that is going on with the realm of authority, within the realm of authority, I want to point out to you like the effects of what it is, what kind of effect that this have, because you might not be looking at the big picture. When the woman is put in authority, when the man is given his authority to her, to the woman, and the woman now becomes the lead. The cycle of power is being reversed. So you're having now I'm not gonna call her the tail, because she's the second person in authority. So she's not the tail. But we speak with regards to the dysfunctionality that this law brings when the woman is in authority in the place of the man. You have a whole dysfunctional situation. And you're not worshiping God. You cannot be a true worshiper of God if you don't worship God in your rightful place. If the woman is not in her rightful place, which is the second place in authority, just below the man, neither is the man in his rightful place. Because if the woman is in the man's place, then the man is in the woman's place. So you already have a society there that is already dysfunctional, and it is dysfunctional in all the ways. And this is why you have now the Illuminati forces ruling the world. And I know a lot of you might ask, what did that have to do with the forces of darkness, with the mark of the beast and with the Antichrist? And you see, that's the reason why we make these videos, to bring perspective to matters that people were not paying attention to, that people don't pay attention to. So you might do things but not understanding the effects. Now, when you have this woman in authority, if you're listening to the woman when you're supposed to be listening to God, the other danger towards that is that the woman is God, is your God, because you're supposed to be listening to God. But you're listening to the woman instead. You're taking your advice, your instruction, your authority from her. So then that means that she is God. And you see, men have lost that place of authority. They have forfeited that place of authority. And this is why you have the whole diaspora with the woman be in this society being worshipped as God, because she's God. And this is how America is built in terms of their so-called democracy and this thing where everybody have this right. And democracy opens a lot of doors to the gates of hell. It is responsible for a lot of ill. Democracy is responsible for, one, capitalism, which is blown out of proportion, because now you have the one person owning all the wealth and the other in poverty. And that is the spirit of the black horse at work right there. Democracy is responsible for same-sex marriage, which by doing or by agreeing with in any form or to any degree, or touching anything that's concerning the agreement of that, or even watching a movie with same-sex marriage in it and liking that movie by itself without even liking the same-sex factor in it, that have subjected you to the mark of the beast. Because so does the power of initiation work. So does the black horse work to initiate the world. And also democracy had subjected mankind, especially America, to the authority of the woman, which is the dysfunctional authority. Because anytime you have a woman governing over that which God has given the man to govern, that's a dysfunctional society. And I know that there are others that are not calling it like it is, because preachers preach with water in their mouth. So they are afraid of biting their tongue, or they're afraid of offending their first lady. So they're not preaching the truth. So we tell it, so that people can understand. We put the word forward so that everybody can understand what's going on. So the whole idea of woman rule, it is because man has forfeited that authority, the authority that they have with God to get instructions from God and to exercise the will of God in the plan of God. So when man had failed, when man had stopped looking up to God for authority and for direction, when man had failed to do that and had turned to the woman for advice on any matter, then man had forfeited the authority, and that puts the woman in charge over the family, over the home, over the social order, over everything. And when the woman is in charge, then you have a dysfunctional everything. And this is why the world is dysfunctional right now. This is why the whole thing is dysfunctional, and disease is all about the land. And people are walking around banding their faces, and men marrying to men and women marrying to women, is because the society is dysfunctional. And it is dysfunctional because of the veneration and the worship of woman. Don't get me wrong, I don't mean not to love your wife. So don't use one thing to cancel out the other. This is strictly about the authority of the man and the responsibility of the man to execute that authority. So until we fix that situation, you're going to have the forces, the Illuminati forces about the land, and the beast is going to be in control. Thanks a lot. Please subscribe.